Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another First Fridays video. It is the first Friday of February, so this is your bonus video for the month. What's in store for today is that we are going to kind of recap the events of last Friday with the whatever you want to call it. Some people are calling it the frenzy, some people are calling it the open house, some people are calling it all kinds of things. But I think Ken might have dubbed it what I think most accurately describes what we did here, and that is fellowship at the furnace. As much wood as we got processed, as much cutting as we did, as much splitting as we did, and as much exposure to the great Eastonmade equipment that was here on that day, I think the fellowship was what stood out to me the most. Just all the great people here. Everybody was super nice. There was no problems at all. Everybody had a great time. So fellowship at the furnace. We will make that official now. That's going to be the name of what we did here on Friday. So Val's here with me today. She's going to help with some of the cleanup. Saturday I was here during the cleanup. Sunday was Valerie's birthday, so we had the day off on Sunday and we celebrated her. And today is Monday when we're filming, so we are continuing with the cleanup process. So stick around and we're going to kind of show you what we're doing to clean up and what the next steps are with this new equipment here that you see behind me. Stick around. So, Valerie, what was your opinion of what went on here on Friday?
I thought it was wonderful, and I was shocked at how many people came. So many nice people in one location. It was really, really fun. I enjoyed it.
The amount of equipment that was here and the amount of people that just came just to work. I mean, the work ethic of this group of people was amazing. You didn't have to direct anybody or kind of tell them what needed done. All hands were on deck. They just jumped in and got it done. So it was a great day. Do you think we should do it again?
Absolutely.
I've got the okay from the wife to do it again. And I've already spoken to my mother, but maybe we'll get her out here today and see what her thoughts are on it. But what I want to show you next is what the plan is moving forward. So here's what we've gotten done so far. Right over here behind the conveyor is where my 1222 was set up on Friday. That's been cleared out and most of the mess cleaned up from there. We've been working on cleaning this area up. As you can see in the dump trailer there, we're scooping up all the trash and the scraps and the wood chips that I had hauled in here prior to the event to kind of help deal with the mud. We're hauling that all back out of here. This area right here is where Shive's machine was, filling the other dump trailer. So we've still got some scraps here that need to be cleaned up. And then all this area back here is where all the logs were. Where the conveyor and the splitter are sitting right now is where those great big piles of ash logs and all the ash rounds that were lined up over here. All that is gone and a lot of that is cleaned up. So the plan for today is to continue with the cleanup process here on the ground. We've got some shorts, some cookies, some crotch pieces. There's still a few rounds there that are capable of being split and processed into firewood. But the plan is to get all that cleaned up. I still do have this little bit of ash in the back of this third dump trailer to get stacked. And this bit of trash here, some of the gnarly stuff that we throw aside. That's all going to get cleaned up. But you might be asking the question of how much wood actually got processed on that day. Well, I'm going to walk you around and we're going to count together because I have a rough idea, but I'm not exactly sure. So all the IBC totes that we're going to see here is all wood that was processed coming off of the Eastonmade axis. So you can count with me. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 2 totes right down there for a total of 9 IBC totes. Now, if you stack this wood in, it's just shy of a face cord. So tossed in, I'm going to be gracious and say, 2 totes will be a face cord. So 2, 4, 6, 8 is 4 face cord plus an extra one. So 8 face cord. We're just shy of three full cord of wood that came off the axis. So keep that number in mind. We got 3 cords so far. This was stacked And this, in addition to what's in the back of this red trailer, we'll call a face cord. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more face cord. We're split and stacked. We will come over here. We're at 5 face cord. There's 6. We'll call that 6.5 right there. That was stacked that day. So we're at 6.5. We'll call 7.5, 8.5, 9.5, 10.5, 11, 12.5, 13, 14.5, 15, 16, 17. And there's some shorter stacks on the other side. We'll see what's over there. We're at 17 right now. So we'll combine these two and call it another face cord. It's probably a little more, but we'll call that 18, and we'll call that 18.5. Then we've got some more over here that was stacked. This is new, 19.5. 20.5, 21.5, and another half will make 22 face cord. So real quick, Val, what is 22 divided by 3?
That is 7.
7 1/3. So 7 1/3 full cord of wood was processed here on that day. So in addition to the cleanup today, we've also got bundles to make. The bundle stand is empty. I had filled it up just before the fellowship at the furnace day on Friday, but it got cleaned out shortly after that. And I have an order for 6 bundles that are needed for today. And I've got another order for 8 bundles that he wants to pick up in 2 days. So I've got to make 14 bundles that are already sold, and then I'm going to make 12 more on top of that to fill the firewood stand. So we've got to make 26 bundles today. And I'm going to put Val to work with some of the cleanup here, so stick around and we'll see what we can get done. Well, that trailer load of trash is gone. We're empty once again, ready for reloading. You can see what's been cleaned up over here so far. There was a few rounds left over, a couple of oak and a couple cherry rounds that I picked out of the pile there that were still good to split. So I've been cleaning this up over here now. You can see where the skid loader's been and some of the rounds that I've picked through. Still a lot of short stuff here, some crotch pieces and all that trash over there, obviously. But Valerie took it upon herself to stack everything that was in the back of this dump trailer. She got that stacked right here. So that's done. And then she took it upon herself to start making some bundles. So she's got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bundles here done and ready to go. It's her first time using the new bundle machine. After a quick crash course on it, she did just fine. She was using the old Ramsplitter to resplit some of the bigger pieces of ash there to make them bundle size wood. She hasn't graduated to the Eastonmade yet. But I do want to get her on that here soon. But anyway, that's where we're at so far. A little more cleanup left to do here, and then some more bundles to make. And we'll get that red trailer out of here and back to its proper owner. And then we should be shaping up here pretty good. Once all this mess is cleaned up, I can take the skid loader and start back dragging it a little bit and making it look good again. So we're still moving. All right, there's another load of trash. Mostly wood chips, dirt, and some of the chunky stuff that was cut off laying out there. I did get the yard trailer emptied and loaded into that trailer. But that's another big load going out of here, and I'm starting to see the light of where my new setup will be, and this is my vision. Right here at the end of this row is where I'm going to set up the 1222. And obviously right in front of the 1222 will be the new Eastonmade conveyor. But this will allow me to leave the splitter and the conveyor in one place all the time and never have to move it. When I come in with the dump trailer down the driveway, and I basically will back the dump trailer in where it's sitting right now, and I'll back it up next to the log lift on the splitter and dump the logs right there. And with this new equipment, I'll be able to process wood much faster and won't get backed up like in the past. I do have a small pile here that won't fit on the trailer. We're gonna have to make another load, and there's some small stuff here that still needs to be cleaned up. Mostly wood chips and some dirt mixed in there. But I'll turn you around here and let you get a better look at what I've cleaned up. And that's looking much better, wouldn't you say? Getting kind of a fresh start here, thanks to you all that showed up to the fellowship at the furnace. And yeah, we're getting back in shape here. So Val had to leave because she had a real estate appointment and she had to pick up the kids from school. But before she left, she did get the bundle stand filled up again, and we have bundles made for the other orders that are pending this week. I'm gonna hook up this dump trailer that I borrowed from my buddy as soon as I get back from dumping the load that's on mine, and return that to him. And I would say that by maybe this evening or tomorrow, things will be looking much better and we will be back in full production mode. So I did add a little decal to the 1222 today as well. Let you check that out. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna get this load dumped off and then I'll come back to you. Well, I would say 90% of the cleanup is done. It was a good day's work. The sun came out this afternoon and everything was getting done. The yard's drying out a little bit underneath those wood chips that I was scraping off the top there and getting out of here. We still got that one little pile there that I have that I need to load on the dump trailer and haul it out as well. But we are ready for the new setup, which will be coming probably in next Wednesday's video. You'll get to see the new setup, how I have everything laid out and how it's going to work. But I just did want to take a minute here real quick at the end and thank everybody once again. Those of you who came out to the fellowship at the furnace day and enjoyed yourselves, brought saws, brought splitters, brought dump trailers, brought food, drinks, coffee. The list goes on and on with how gracious you were to help make the event successful. From the bottom of my heart and my family, we thank you. For those of you who weren't able to make it, thank you so much for joining in with us on the live streams and all the other channels, videos that have come out regarding that day. My mom wasn't able to come out today, but I did speak to her and she's on board with doing it again. So we will plan another one. Hopefully we can maybe build on it a little bit. We're gonna have to work out some logistics as far as parking goes, and obviously everything is very weather dependent, especially with the parking. But we've got some time now. We got our feet wet with that, know how it's gonna work out. So our minds will be turning on that to try to figure something out. So with that being said, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, share these videos with your friends. Every little bit helps more than you might realize. So I hope you all have a great week and we will see you next Wednesday.